Ahoy!
Welcome to another episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name is Nick. Welcome back to The Wave. It is the weekly news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast.
It is indeed. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, welcome aboard. We're here every Monday with this show.
Yep.
And every Thursday with our movie show, where we randomly select a movie from the bottom of the Netflix stream, looking for hidden gems.
We are indeed. That's what made us famous.
It is. How are you, Adam?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm feeling very purple.
Purple?
Yeah.
Why?
You've got a nice tinge
I've got
of
the purple lighting on in the room today. I don't know why.
violet in the room.
I turned the lights on and it was purple when I turned them on. So I was like, we'll stick with it.
Yeah, I like it.
It makes all the oranges really orange, have you noticed?
Yes. Yeah, Al Pacino behind you, your Scarface poster. He
looks like Donald Trump.
Yes, he does. He is a deep shade of mahogany in this light.
Yeah, the posters behind you, everybody's really orange. I wonder if they're is it the colour wheel where the colours are opposite?
Maybe.
Maybe orange and purple are opposite each other.
Are.
Somebody will know that. Let us know.
Yeah, someone at primary school who's doing colours. That's too far away from me to remember.
Same. So. Have you been, Nick? What have you been up to? Have you got any gossip?
I've been pretty good. Have I got any gossip? I don't think I've got too much gossip. I'm a very busy boy.
Yeah.
Working hard, earning the pennies.
Good. That's what we like to hear.
And
keeping yourself in that lifestyle you've become accustomed to.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know what any of those words were.
I'm not sure I'm accustomed to it, but yeah, that's fine. So, what have I done for fun? Have I done anything for fun? I feel like I have done something. I tell you what, I'm not sure about last weekend, but this weekend coming, so like the days that have just finished.
Yes.
Because this comes out on a Monday. I need some advice on how to approach something.
Okay.
So
interesting.
So obviously, a few weeks ago, I hurt my leg, didn't I?
You did.
Doing a physical activity, that obstacle course thing. I've got a children's party on Sunday.
Right.
And I'm reliably informed there's going to be a bouncy castle involved.
Stay well away.
I'm like,
that seems dangerous.
Can I get back on the horse, the bouncy horse?
Is it not a bit soon?
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, you're not a young man anymore.
No.
And you're coming back from quite a serious leg injury.
I don't know.
I don't know. Even when I was a kid, I never really thought bouncy castles were that good.
Did you not?
No.
No.
Don't you think they're a bit shit?
Absolute fun void.
I'm not a fun void.
I don't think they're shit. No.
Do you not?
No.
I always thought they were a little bit shit. They always smelled funny.
Bounce. Oh, yeah, well.
And those joins in the middle had always got loads of crumbs and shit in.
Yeah, because they've been to a million parties.
Yeah.
Greeb kids take the birthday cake on there with them.
I think they're always more fun than you imagine in your head than they are in actuality.
I could live on a bouncy castle. I think.
Oh no, that's a different question.
I think I could live on a bouncy castle.
I
think I'd be happy.
You might need to give this one a miss, and maybe just save yourself for the next one.
One bench.
One bench.
Okay. Maybe I can give
bouncy bench.
Maybe I can.
You can be the guy who told you to take your shoes off at the beginning.
I might police the cheese and pineapple hedgehog or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
If there's one of them.
I do love a cheese and pineapple hedgehog. Our American listeners will not have a clue what we're talking about.
So basically, you must probably have an equivalent to this. So you get.
I bet they don't.
You get like you cover something in tinfoil.
Isn't it usually like a large potato?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, in tinfoil.
Yeah, something you can then cover in tinfoil and insert cocktail sticks into, which have a cube of cheese and or pineapple or both on there.
Usually both.
And they are like the spines of the hedgehog.
Yeah, so it looks like
maybe you have a cheese and pineapple porcupine.
Yeah, it looks like a hedgehog that's rolled in cheese and pineapples.
Yeah. I don't like pineapple.
You don't like pineapple, do you?
No.
They do cocktail sausage ones as well.
Yeah.
So you could have a cocktail sausage hedgehog. You could look after that one.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure you like a cocktail sausage.
I like all sausages. I think.
True.
So
I made some more sausages at the weekend.
How did that go?
They went down a treat.
Lovely. What?
I went for
flavors?
paprika and garlic this time.
Oh, nice.
Well, this weekend I'm going to do a honey garlic one.
Lovely.
I'm going to try that out. A bit sweeter.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So I'll keep you up to date on the sausage adventure. But this week was strange because I had more meat in weight, but I ended up with less sausage.
Oh.
And I don't know why.
Okay. Were they girthier?
That's a choice word to use, isn't it? You've used that word now. Maybe they were girthier. They were in the same skins from the same stuffing tube, though. Maybe they were longer.
Maybe
they had more inches.
Yeah, maybe they did have more inches. Something I did want to ask you.
Go on.
Because we've not referenced it for probably about a month since it briefly popped into our heads and then immediately left. I'm assuming you're just biding your time before you tell me that the offers have been rolling in for the rights to Little Streamington, our podcast.
I must admit, I have not had many inquiries about
Village soap opera.
We haven't had many inquiries about it. No.
Okay.
We did have one interesting email this week, and I'm going to mention it. I think we became officially podcasters this week.
Okay.
I received an email from I don't know if I should name them because they weren't paying, or they want to pay us. A gentleman's area shaving device company emailed us.
I'm familiar with the one that sponsors many podcasts.
I was so happy to get that email because it made me feel validated as a podcaster. However, they do want listening figures, and I think they just laugh when I send them back, but I can't see it happening. But it was nice to get the email.
We're not sending that to them.
Are we not? Are we not going to even look at what the money might be?
If you want, we can have a very quick.
Let's not rule it out completely. Nick. One day we might need them.
Okay.
Cool. What's next? Have you got a question for me?
I've got a question. Question of the week. Sure.
Nick's question of the week. That's my new jingle.
Okay. I mean, it's barely ever my question.
Yeah, it's not usually your question.
It's just the question.
The question of the week.
So it's a would you rather.
Okay. I like a would you rather.
Would you rather have a tree in your back garden that constantly produces every fruit in the world to the best quality and in the best condition?
Okay, that's interesting.
Or
a
trained dinosaur of your choice to ride to work or whatever.
As like a pet.
And mode of transport.
That's a bit like the elephant question. It's impractical to have a trained dinosaur.
Depends what sort you get.
Does it?
Yeah. To get a herbivore.
If I had one that was big enough to fit in the house or small enough to fit in the house, I wouldn't be able to ride it to work. So it becomes impractical.
If it's trained, you saddle it up.
I think I'd go for the tree,
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, that feels like a prime money-making opportunity, doesn't it?
It does. And fruit's cool.
Yeah.
But the worst thing about fruit...
Since Brexit, not to get too political, there's never any fucking fruit on the shelves in the supermarket.
Very true. And what there is just tastes of water. I mean, I like fruit, but the worst thing about buying fruit is when it's not ripe.
There's always that moment, isn't there? You bite into that bit of fruit.
Yeah,
it's not a good one.
I feel like you get like a 1 hour window where fruit is in the right condition, and if you miss it, you're fucked. I'm going for the tree.
I think the tree is the sensible and most profitable answer. However, I would love to try and park my dinosaur in the work car park.
What would it do all day, the poor thing?
I'll get it a trough.
Okay.
I mean, it's a dinosaur. It'll do anything it fucking wants to do. I suppose that's...
When you say it's trained, it's still going to be a fucking dinosaur.
So if it wants to go for a walk...
It's going to go for a walk. It's going to cause disruption no matter what.
Stomp on everyone else's car.
What dinosaur would you have?
Stegosaurus.
Okay, interesting. Uncomfortable to sit on the back of, I would imagine.
No, we'll
make a saddle.
Yeah. In between a couple of the plates.
Is that what they're called? Plates?
Yeah.
I would have called them spikes. They're not really spikes,
no,
are they?
That's why they're called plates. I mean, no one would mess with me on the back of a Stegosaurus.
No, they wouldn't. You're right.
Or that might increase my commute time.
Yeah, they're quite slow and plodding, I would imagine.
And
we
again,
don't know that, though.
Even if it was trained, what's to stop it just wandering to the side of the motorway and eating a tree?
Yeah. Yeah, your commute's quite long as well.
It can be, yeah.
It's going to take you a long time to get home on a Stegosaurus.
I'll get it liveried if the company wants like...
Company Stegosaurus?
Yeah.
Did you get bottom of the stream livery on?
Yeah, I can do that. That's fine.
I don't know why I keep stumbling over my words today. I don't know what's wrong with me.
But fruit, because I think there's loads of fruits I've never tried.
That's what I was thinking. You could try different fruits.
And
they're always going to be perfect.
What's the really smelly one that's supposed to taste amazing? No, it begins with D.
Durian.
Yeah.
Durian.
Give me one of them on my tree. for breakfast.
They're supposed to be really tasty.
Yeah,
but
that's what I mean.
Stinks.
Yeah.
They smell like
I've always wanted
rotting
to try
corpses.
one.
Yeah, I've always wanted to try one. I don't want to smell one though.
Well, I think it kind of, goes with the territory.
It's got to be the tree, mate. I don't know why I just went all Essex on you there. It's got to be the tree, hasn't it?
Okay. You get the tree and I'll come and visit you on my Stegosaurus.
Deal. We'll have one each.
Fine. Fine.
Good question, though. I enjoyed that. Let us know what your answers are in the Discord. Come and join the Discord. It's fun. Right, should we do some Netflix news?
No.
Okay.
We're going to switch it around. We'll do the Netflix news after the other news.
Okay.
Because there's been some interesting other news this week.
There has indeed.
And a lot of that surrounds the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It's in tatters a little bit, isn't it?
I mean, it would seem that the handbrake turn seems to be going on, according to... Well, I guess it's the piecing together of a couple of different news stories, which we'll get into. So, obviously, the facts...
Yeah.
The Marvels came out last week.
Yeah.
And it is the worst performing
Yeah.
Marvel movie at the box office in terms of a debut weekend.
It's not gone well for the Marvels, has it?
Which, from all accounts, is not necessarily a reflection on the movie itself.
No.
But, it's not been able to be promoted.
Yeah. And hasn't been promoted at all.
2 of the 3 main characters on it are from Disney Plus TV shows, which I still don't think we know how many people are getting into those.
No, it's true.
And yeah, it does seem to be a bit of a sort of, I guess, a bit of a perfect storm of things that have led to it. But there's been, obviously, since that this week, there has been several other bits of news that have come out. One of the major bits of news is that Deadline have reported that Destin Daniel Cretton is now no longer attached to direct Avengers: The Kang Dynasty.
Oh, okay.
Which, interestingly though, he is still attached to direct the Shang-Chi sequel.
Oh, okay. So he's not been fired.
No.
He's just been moved on.
He directed the first Shang-Chi movie as well.
It's a great movie. Possibly the last good Marvel movie.
Quite possibly. But also, Jeff Loveness, who was the scriptwriter on Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, which was Kang's first movie appearance in the MCU, he has now left the job of writing the Kang Dynasty.
Right.
Which...
Not going well for this Kang character, is it?
And of course, the other elephant in the room with Kang being that he is played by Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
Who's...
problematic.
Whose trial for
Yeah.
assault and entrapment
Yeah, I think so.
starts next month.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are putting 2 and 2 and 2 together and postulating that Marvel is about to take a big change in direction.
Yeah, maybe we move away from that character.
Yeah.
And not name our next big Avengers movie after it. Maybe.
Possibly. There are some things in the works there. Interestingly, those 2 Avengers movies that have been announced, the Kang Dynasty and the Secret Wars, have been shifted back a year.
Right.
Now to 2026 and 2027, respectively. Which sounds a long way away, but isn't really.
It's not, is it?
And Cretton is also still working on another Disney Plus MCU series, Wonder Man. So it's not like he's not going to be busy.
No. It feels like they might have pulled that movie.
Yes.
Without officially pulling that movie.
Yes.
I feel like an announcement might be coming.
Yeah. What's
interesting?
What will the direction change be?
I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? 'Cause I feel like superhero fatigue is a real thing and is happening across the world. But we've still got a slate up to like 2030. They're not going anywhere. They're still going to come. They're still going to fire them at you.
Yeah.
It's just they're not going to do as well as they were doing 10 years ago.
I think we mentioned last week there will only be one Marvel movie next year because of the strike. They're still looking to release Deadpool 3 next year.
Yes.
And then I think it's 4.
For the year after?
4 in the calendar for...
If you'd have said to me there's only going to be one movie next year, I wouldn't have been surprised.
So yeah, all changed potentially. Lots of news to come in the coming weeks and months
I feel like
on the Marvel universe. I'm sure
something's changing. Some changes are afoot in the Marvel universe by the looks of it.
I have watched by the by. I have watched none of the second series of Loki, which has now been and gone.
No,
on
nor
Disney
me.
Plus.
I haven't seen any of it either, and I really enjoyed the first season of Loki.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just not interested in it.
Yeah,
it's just Marvel's just not doing it for me at the minute.
Yeah.
I didn't even cross my mind to go and watch the Marvels.
No.
And I don't even have to pay to go in.
Yeah.
Well, in a way I do, but yeah, it didn't even cross my mind to get a ticket.
So yeah, what is going to happen? That is interesting.
I don't know, but they're still coming.
Well, they are, and this is certainly not official because no one from Marvel has announced a statement. But there's got to be something to this because.
Did you just seamlessly transition into another news story?
Yeah, 100%.
You're getting good at this podcasting, Laura.
I know. Because Variety is reporting that the scoop in their eyes that Pedro Pascal is close to signing on to play Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie.
That's an interesting casting choice, if that's true.
I mean, this guy's in every franchise.
Yeah, he is.
So, I mean, another movie that's had, interestingly, a change in director. So, originally, John Watts was going to direct the Fantastic Four. He directed all of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. He has been replaced by Matt Shankman, who directed WandaVision,
which was
show.
A great show.
And yeah, I mean, like I say, there's got to be something to this because Variety of feeling confident.
Variety are not the sort of people that would report a rumor.
Put this out there that he is close to signing on. So,
I don't want to sound mean here.
Is it lazy casting? Like, he's great. I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely same. I think he's incredible at everything. But yeah, is it?
But there's other actors.
Yeah.
Like John Krasinski did the cameo, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
In the Doctor Strange movie.
And I feel like it's his role. He just feels right for that role.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound really mean, but is Pedro Pascal not a bit old? He feels old. He's not old. He's only 6 years older than me, but
I don't really know enough about the age of the character.
No. I don't think it really matters. You can just age them up or down, can't you? You just cast the other characters around them. But
it does feel is it a bit trendy?
He's in everything. I don't know how he's going to find time
No,
to do
I
that.
don't understand that either. Another thing I always wondered about Pedro Pascal, well, not about him, but because obviously he's the lead in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
How much is he actually in it?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Like, he's not there in that suit
all the time
for 6 months filming that show, is he? Is he ever there? Is he just doing the voice at this point?
That's a great question.
I'd love to know.
It's a great question. I'm sure everybody will tell you that yes, it's him all the time. But is it? That's a good question.
Logistically, I think that's one way he's being clever. He's pulling a wall over our eyes.
Yeah, he's not
in that
He's not
suit
actually in anything, is he? No, he's not.
Surely not. Maybe he doesn't sleep.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see if that one gets confirmed. I think though, even with all that Marvel drama, this for me has been the most interesting story of the week. I don't know if you've been following this one at all.
I have not.
We've talked previously about an upcoming movie, Warner Brothers movie, Coyote versus Acme.
Okay.
It's basically a kind of Who Framed Roger Rabbit style mix of live action and animation. It's Wile E. Coyote's movie.
Excellent.
And him, doing battle with the Acme company, obviously where he gets all his Roadrunner gadgets and traps from.
I think we've spoke about this before.
Yeah.
A long time
Yeah,
ago.
and I think we said at the time, that sounds like a great idea for a movie if you can nail it. And so we're going with this live action and animation blend. John Cena was cast in this movie.
Okay.
And then word came out this week that Warner Brothers was looking to shelve it,
Right.
but do a Batgirl with it and write it off
Oh,
completely.
Really? So it can't even go anywhere else?
$72 million this movie's cost so far.
Shit.
Uh,
Wow.
Yeah. Again, with this
money.
sort of tax write-off stuff
Yeah.
that they used on Batgirl, and there was a Scooby-Doo movie as well, wasn't there? I think they shelved.
Yeah.
Well, and that was going to be the story. As up to 36 hours ago, that was the news story. But that's kind of moved as we've got through the week. And the website Puck has reported that now Warner Brothers are looking to shop the movie elsewhere.
Okay.
So they're not going to write it off. And they are open to selling it to
Somebody will pick
streaming
that up,
or even if someone else wants to pick it up as a...
It's made and finished. Is that what we're saying?
I don't know if it's completely finished.
Right, okay.
But it's near as damn it if it's not.
Right.
James Gunn, interestingly, is an executive producer, and you'd think he might have a bit of sway at Warner
You'd think
Brothers,
so,
but
wouldn't
even that's not helped it. The live-action animated film follows Wile E. Coyote, who, after Acme Products fail him one too many times in his dogged pursuit of the Roadrunner, decides to hire a billboard lawyer to sue the Acme Corporation. The case pits Wiley and his lawyer against the latter's intimidating former boss, played by John Cena. But a growing friendship between man and cartoon stokes their determination to win.
That does sound really good. It's a
does.
great idea for a movie.
Yeah. Apparently, interestingly, a couple of the stories on this week noted that it tested really well at screening.
So that's tested as well.
So
It must be nearly finished, if not completely finished.
Yeah. So a bar of potential few reshoots.
Somebody would definitely pick that
up. There is a new animation head at Warner Brothers, and this is apparently following some of the social media outcry. They are now planning to shop the movie. Someone will have absolutely snapped that up.
Yeah, why would they not?
Amazon will do it right now, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably already have. I would not be surprised. We will keep you informed if we hear any more. Next story.
The next story is the news this week. A24 of putting some interesting movies together, as we know.
Yeah.
And they have announced this week that they have signed up Darren Aronofsky.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Behind The Wrestler, The Whale, Black Swan, Mother, from Requiem for a Dream, if you really want to crash yourself. He has signed up to direct a biopic of Elon Musk.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Why?
Yeah.
Who cares?
I don't know. Variety say that this will be based on an unauthorized biography that came out a couple of months ago by Walter Isaacson, which was titled Elon Musk.
They should call it The Man Behind the Musk.
They really should. Yeah. The Man in the Iron Musk.
They definitely should.
Isaacson similarly did a Steve Jobs biography years ago, and that was the basis of Danny Boyle's Steve Jobs movie.
Oh, right, okay.
So,
this writes books about rich people.
This is happening.
And A24 are making it.
Yeah.
And then I shall watch it.
Yeah. Oh, who's going to get the role of Musk?
Oh, who do you cast as Musk?
I don't know. Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah, why not?
Done. All
Done.
Right.
Done.
We'd be so efficient in Hollywood.
We would. Casting is so easy. It's like, boom, done. Actually, he'd actually be really fucking good at it as well.
Okay, and then before we do get onto some Netflix news, I don't actually. I might change my mind. This might be my favourite story of the week.
Okay.
And that is news that I always thought like when you were putting on a musical, especially if it was being created from scratch, that's like a years long process.
Yeah, surely.
You know, it's not easy to write a play and then you've got to write songs.
Yeah.
And do all the choreography.
And get an orchestra.
Yeah, and book a theatre and find your...
Yeah, these theatres must be booked up years and stuff.
years and years to put a musical on.
Yeah.
So I was really surprised to find out this week that it won't be long before a musical based on the Gwyneth Paltrow skiing trial will be opening in London.
What?
How about them apples?
Wow.
It's called Gwyneth Goes Skiing.
Well, of course it is. Why not? Why would it not be?
And it's being put on by Awkward Productions at the Pleasance Theatre next month.
Next month?
Features original songs written by the US singer-songwriter Leyland, who has worked previously with musicians including Selena Gomez. I don't know if anyone remembers this. This was the guy who took Gwyneth Paltrow to court earlier this year about a collision that they had 4 or 5 years ago on the ski slope. And she won, basically. She outlawyered him.
She completely outlawyered him.
Yeah. But yeah. I think a courtroom musical is not a bad idea.
No? Why not?
I'm like, how easily can you just do this when everyone involved is just still sitting at home? Like, how far can you just put like unauthorized across the poster?
Yeah.
And have someone mincing around as Gwyneth Paltrow?
It's a really strange one, that, isn't it? Because there was a much bigger courtroom drama from a couple of months ago that could have been done. You could have done.
No, this was the biggest.
This was the weirdest.
No one was to see Depp and Heard the musical.
I'm sure somebody's writing it. That's really weird.
Yeah, it feels niche, doesn't it?
It does. Who's watching that? Who's going to the West End again? All these shows on the West End are amazing. I'm going to go and watch this.
I've seen them all.
I'm going to go and watch Gwyneth Goes Skiing or whatever it was called. Weird story. I wonder how much the tickets are.
I knew you'd be intrigued. Okay, some Netflix news. So, given we've only got sort of 6 weeks left in the calendar year,
yep.
I think with the, in accepting the unlikely event that something comes out of nowhere, ironically, to beat it, Netflix is pretty sure that the Spanish movie Nowhere will finish this year as its most viewed non-English title of 2023.
Wow.
As it currently has 77.9 million views.
I am one of those millions.
Okay.
I did enjoy that film. I really like the fact that a Spanish movie is going to take that, because I really feel like we've learned... The one thing we've learned on this show since we've been doing it is that Spanish cinema is actually really good.
Yeah.
Spanish movies are usually good. So it's nice that everybody else is realising this too.
It has also ranked as Netflix's second most watched non-English language movie of all time.
Wow.
Behind only Troll.
Oh, Troll. I've also seen Troll.
Yeah. Was that last year or the year before? Can't remember.
Yes.
Yes.
It was one of those two things. That has 141 million hours. That film did very well.
It did. It really did. And Netflix are also sort of pushing the fact that Nowhere is on its 7th week of release and is still at over 1.5 million views this week.
Wow.
So they are seeing it as something with a bit of staying power as well. Yeah.
It's a great movie. If you've not seen Nowhere,
I haven't seen it. I want to watch it.
It's a really good movie.
You talked about it a few weeks ago.
I did, yeah.
And said how much you enjoyed it.
It's crazy though when you think of some of the non-English language movies that are on Netflix.
Yeah.
Those two are the top two. Although they're both great, so why would they not be?
They got the push.
They did.
I feel like it's been a while since we've talked about some good old cancellations on Netflix.
You can't sack people while they're on strike.
I suppose not.
So as soon as everybody's come back off strike, they've all been sacked.
And finding a email this week in their inbox have been the people involved and creating the following, because 5 shows have been axed by Netflix
Yep.
this week. I suppose the biggest of which is Shadow and Bone.
Definitely the biggest of which.
2 seasons in.
Yeah.
Another one of these fantasy capes and
Yeah, I've already seen
horses stuff.
2 fan petitions going around,
Really?
I think. Yeah.
Well, get yourselves together. You only
Yeah.
need one. You know, we just cancel each other out.
Yeah.
That has been axed.
Apparently, the second season was not good, though.
Okay.
So I think that might be why.
So has Glamorous, which...
Is that the Kim Cattrall
It
one?
was Kim Cattrall. It was kind of a...
That's only not come out that long ago, did it?
No.
A couple of weeks?
I think it had a kind of Devil Wears Prada vibe, didn't it? I think.
I remember talking about it on here just before it came out.
And then 3 animated shows will not be returning. Agent Elvis.
Yes.
Which I think we both watched.
We did.
I enjoyed it.
I did. I thought it was alright.
I don't know if the joke... I don't know if I need a second season.
I don't know if I was expecting one.
No.
If I'm honest. Yeah.
Well, that's gone.
Joke.
As has Captain Fall.
I also watched that.
Yes.
And I'm a little bit disappointed that that's not coming back because I actually really enjoyed Captain Fall. Netflix have these it's paint by numbers animated adult shows that we've talked about them before.
Well, and we'll see shortly that there is no shortage of
more coming.
More of them on their way.
That's what I mean. Unless one really hits, they can just get rid of them and do another one.
And the final show cancelled is Farzar.
That's also animated, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The report from Deadline says that the overall... This sounds very Netflix corporate speak. The overall impact of their latest seasons did not reach expectation.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And it will be because of the strikes as well. I mean, when you've got smaller shows like that, you can just get rid because it's not worth the hassle of rescheduling everything.
Well, that's it. Even if, there might be that aspect to it that there may have been plans in place, but Glow's the most famous example.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It was axed because we couldn't get everyone back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there'll be some of that as well, I'll bet. The different contracts have expired and that sort of thing. It is a shame. But we'll just move on to better things.
Well,
talking of which,
interesting you say that.
I did want to.
Over the last week, Netflix has had their latest version of Geeked Week.
They have indeed.
Which, instead of sort of doing a couple of days of longer presentations, they've split into basically the last 5 or 6 days, an hour, sometimes a couple of hours of various
trailers,
D-list celebrities sitting in armchairs and showing trailers and things like that. But my word, there's a lot to get through here. So
okay, let's do it.
You can go and find this stuff on a combination of YouTube, Netflix's websites, Tudum, all those usual places. We saw... we will start with The Umbrella Academy.
Yep.
Geeked Week displayed a featurette, an art reveal of the 4th and final season of The Umbrella Academy.
Okay, so we're done with The Umbrella Academy.
Yeah. Returns for one last adventure in 2024.
Cool.
The first trailer for the live-action version of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I saw this trailer, and it's
cool,
very
isn't
good.
it?
Yeah.
I've never watched the show. I don't know really much about it.
Don't know anything about it.
But yeah, you go and find the trailer. It looks cool.
The trailer I watched had a guy reacting over it, and he seemed to be a very big fan of the original properties.
Was he getting all emotion?
He was very excited. So I think the fans have enjoyed it. Well, that one definitely did.
And I think one of the biggest surprises about that is the premiere date of Avatar: The Last Airbender is not very far away.
It's not.
It is February the 22nd, 2024.
That's 3 months.
That is going to do
literally 3 months away.
Huge numbers.
Yeah, it is.
I am sure.
Yeah.
We also saw the first footage of Squid Game: The Challenge.
We did.
That debuts next week.
It does.
November the 22nd.
It's literally Wednesday.
It is. Plenty of animation, which we'll keep bouncing around to, but a trailer for Ultraman Rising,
Okay.
an animated adaptation of Ultraman, which arrives next year on Netflix. You can go and watch a trailer for Jurassic World Chaos Theory, which is an animated sequel to Camp Cretaceous, following the same characters years later. That unleashes later in 2024. The first trailer for The Three Body Problem.
Oh yeah, I remember us talking about that.
Yeah, it's the first show from the guys behind Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Under their Netflix contract.
Yeah.
It's a science fiction adaptation centering on a group of people facing down the greatest threat to humanity ever encountered. The Three Body Problem arrives on Netflix on the 21st of March, 2024.
Again, not that long away.
First trailer for the new season of Masters of the Universe Revolution, which comes back later in 2024. No date yet. Leave the World Behind, which we've talked about before, is the Julia Roberts, Kevin Bacon, Mahershala Ali. We think this is quite awardsy.
Yeah. I remember talking about this one.
December the 8th, that arrives.
Oh, wow. That's really soon.
A live-action series based on a popular manga from the 90s, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Okay.
Finds a recently deceased man taking on a new job as a spirit detective. That arrives on Netflix on December the 14th. A Witcher animated movie.
Right.
The Witcher, Sirens of the Deep, in which Geralt will be voiced by Doug Cockle.
Oh, what a cool name.
Who was the voice of the same character in The Witcher 3 video game.
Right, okay, so they brought back the original voice actor.
That movie arrives late 2024. First footage of The Archers, which is kind of like a Riverdale universe thing.
Okay.
60s set.
So the Riverdale was set based on The Archers,
yes.
wasn't it? And now they've gone full circle.
Correct.
And gone all the way back. Okay.
The Archers arrives on Netflix on the 7th of December. Also an announcement that Dead Boy Detectives is Netflix's latest adaptation of a Neil Gaiman work. Right. It's in the Sandman universe, this show.
Got ya.
You can have a teaser trailer for that. You can go and find it. That arrives, according to Netflix, in the near future.
Ooh.
The synopsis for that is that, well, two British schoolboys discover they are dead but decide to solve mysteries instead of moving on to whatever comes next.
Yeah, you might as well do something in the afterlife.
Yeah, sure. Devil May Cry, Season 1 animated show. We already know about that from the animated showcase a few months ago.
Yeah.
This one seems to be news to everyone, and that is Terminator, the anime series.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knew this was coming.
Will arrive at some point next year. There's a very short teaser trailer available for that. Other stuff, more footage from Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, which arrives tomorrow as we speak.
Yeah,
Can't wait to check that out.
That'll be out now by the time you listen to this.
A season 1 blooper reel from One Piece.
Okay.
A teaser trailer for Exploding Kittens, the TV show.
Wow.
Which is a card game.
It is a card game. They seem to get everywhere.
Tom Ellis plays the lead voice.
Okay.
In that. Ironically, he plays God, considering what he was famous for, chiefly on Netflix, which is Lucifer.
There's a Exploding Kittens Netflix game as well.
Yes.
On the gaming store.
Yeah. Orion and the Dark is a animated movie which sees an adolescent boy voiced by Jacob Tremblay facing his fears in ways only DreamWorks Animation can deliver. Okay. What will it mean when he starts to befriend the literal embodiment of the dark, played by Paul Walter Hauser?
Oh, what a great cast that is with those two in.
Scripted by Charlie Kaufman.
Oh, wow.
And it debuts on Netflix on February the 2nd.
That feels like that's going to do good numbers.
Yeah. Loads and loads of other anime stuff.
I'm not even halfway down this page.
In terms of announcements, there's behind the scenes making of Blue Eye Samurai.
That seems to have gone down really well since it came out.
Yeah, it does.
People are raving about that.
The Brother's Son is a Michelle Yeoh starring show. She stars as the matriarch of a Los Angeles family who are unaware she is a highly capable assassin. But when her older son comes to town after his father is murdered, her younger child gets a crash course in what it means to be part of this particular family.
100% watching that.
That arrives on January the 4th.
Excellent.
Obliterated is from the creators of Cobra Kai. It's a new action series centering on an elite team tasked to stop a terrorist attack on Las Vegas.
Okay. I think I've said it before, but why are the creators of Cobra Kai not making Cobra Kai?
That arrives on November the 30th. 2024 will also see the release of Code 8 Part 2.
Okay, what's that?
It is a sequel to Code 8, which I don't think I've seen, which was a Stephen and Robbie Amell movie.
Oh, okay.
They protect
Captain's Gallery member Robbie Amell. Give him his proper name.
Protects a teen from a corrupt cop in a world where superheroes are heavily regulated. We've got a teaser trailer for Damsel, which is going to be one of the biggest Netflix movies of next year.
I've seen this. I've seen that trailer.
That is old Stranger Things versus a dragon.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yes. And after, obviously, the teaser trailer that we saw a couple of months ago, the first full trailer for Rebel Moon Part 1.
We have a full trailer.
Arrived. Which is, it's no more a trailer than the teaser trailer was.
In fact, I think it's shorter than the teaser trailer was.
And that's just...
That's just some of it. I'm still not even halfway down the page.
There's loads of game stuff as well. So teasers for a Shadow and Bone game, ironically.
Well, you got to continue the story somehow.
Chicken Run Extraction.
Great name.
That just should be a merging of two Netflix franchises. Money Heist the game. Tons more.
Loads of games.
More content that you can shake a stick at. For
if you like animation, if you like animated content, there's loads coming.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well done, Nick. That was really good.
No problem.
Impressed. Was that your full-on news stories this week?
That's all the news.
Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I've been very busy.
Okay.
So I haven't watched too much, but I did, for the purposes of this show, go out of my way last night to spend some time watching Netflix's first ever live sporting event.
Yes, they did that.
I didn't watch it live.
No, I didn't either. I haven't seen it not live either. But.
And that is the Netflix Cup.
How did the first ever live sporting event on Netflix go?
I mean, it was a bit of a mess.
Was it?
Not going to lie
Good.
to you.
I'm really glad.
It was extremely chaotic.
Cool.
So essentially, if you remember, this is a golf tournament.
Yes.
Where 4 golfers were accompanied by 4 Formula 1 drivers to play golf in Las Vegas, because that's where the Grand Prix is this weekend. And it was very chaotic. It was Bert Crusher and Marshawn Lynch were the roving reporters on the golf course.
Why not? Of course.
And they had some golf analysts in the studio, and basically, so there was 4 teams of 2.
Yeah.
With a driver and a golfer. They played 8 holes.
Yep. 8?
And
Okay.
And then the 2 winning teams faced off on a final hole to crown the winner. And
how long did this all go on for? It feels like
about 2.5 hours.
Fucking hell.
I did skip through quite a lot of this. So the first hole, just to give you an idea. So, well, first of all, as the teams walked through the starting gate, the tee was invaded by a load of PETA protesters.
Oh, no way.
So Bert Crusher literally manhandled one and pulled them off screen.
Wow.
And then the first hole, because they're like, right, we're going to do a tiebreaker. So if they get to the end of the 8 holes and they're tied, we're going to do the tiebreaker first. So we know which team's going to, have that advantage.
Yeah.
So to do this, for the first hole, they set up like a starting line. Yeah. And it had like Formula 1 lights at the top. And they had to wait till they went from red to green to take their tee shots. And for the first hole, it was whichever team got the ball in the hole the fastest.
Oh, wow. Speed golf.
Yeah, speed golf. So they had to tee off when the lights went to green.
Yeah.
And then just into the fairway, they'd painted a track. And they had to get into the golf buggers and race to the green.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah. And And then by the time they got to the green, they were all trying to work out which ball was theirs. One of the golfers potted it, but it bounced off the flag and out. So he just kind of stopped. Right. And another golfer potted it in, and they were like the tiebreak winners. And then it was so bizarre though, because they're on this. Well, Las Vegas is weird anyway, isn't it? But like this oasis of green in the middle of the desert, and then you can see parts of the track of the Formula One track running around the outside, and they've got all these temporary grandstands and stuff. And then just in the background of all shots at all time was this new sphere.
Yes. I think that's just in the background of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah.
And so at times it was just a massive golf ball.
Yeah.
At times it had the scores on.
All right.
And then one of the holes was a Squid Game hole.
Right.
So they put the red light, green light doll by the tee box.
Oh my God. I'm going to watch this. It sounds incredible.
And the point of that hole was like you could only take your tee shot when the doll wasn't looking at you. Because if you took your shot while she was looking at you, then
you get shot in the face.
Yeah, you got shot in the face. No, you had to do it again. So
wow.
But at no point did she look at them because they all timed. It was quite easy to time it to take your shot. But the weirdest thing was...
Oh, that's not even the weirdest thing.
Patrick Mahomes called in at one point.
Of course, yeah, why not?
Because he's on another Netflix show.
Yeah.
And they peppered it with like sneak peeks of Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
And Full Swing.
Makes sense.
And yes, they did a bit of footage of the Squid Game challenge. And the strangest part was, obviously I didn't watch it live because it was the early hours of the morning over here.
Yeah.
But I didn't realise how late they were playing this in Las Vegas. So it was kind of early evening. And by the time the second match was coming to a conclusion, it was pretty much dark. And even the golfers were like, it's quite dark now. And this is obviously planned because it was, they know how long this is going to take roughly. And for their last couple of holes and then for the final hole, when they were deciding the winner, it was pitch black. So they had lights on the tee box and then over as much of the green as they could, but they were essentially playing golf in the dark. And it's like it's not a nighttime sport.
No, it's not.
And
it's hard enough to find your ball in the daytime.
The whole thing was so manic. It's because it's got this just a couple of peppy Netflix presenters trying to.
This is what I love about Netflix.
The whole thing.
Netflix, one of the biggest company in the world, but everything they do is chaotic.
Yeah,
it's just
like, absolutely
it's
chaotic.
So amateurish, isn't it?
And the winning team wins. And obviously the most famous golf competition is the Masters. You get a green jacket.
Yeah.
So the winning team steps up onto the podium and they are presented with a checkered flag jacket.
Amazing.
And who presents them? None other than Ted Sarandos himself.
No way. Live Ted Sarandos in the wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the winning duo promptly dropped the Netflix cup and it smashed into a million pieces on the floor.
They did not.
They did.
So
all in all,
I think it went chaotic mess.
It went both very well and absolutely terribly at the same time.
I was wondering why Netflix are not like really pushing this, and now I feel like I have my answer. I wouldn't say don't check it out, but I would say just tune in for 10 minutes and then skip through it, because it's just odd. It's manic. Manic. Amazing. That's awesome.
Because that's what I did. I
just skim through it.
Yeah.
I might do that. I might actually do that. I have no interest in golf or Formula One, but I love the chaos that is Netflix sometimes. Wow.
Oh, one of the Formula One drivers was taking a shot at one point, and he was on a bit of a hill because he was in the rough. He just fell over on his arse, and the commentator was like, "I don't think he's wearing golf shoes."
Right.
He wasn't. He was wearing like some skate trainers or something. I was
Amazing.
like, okay, now this sounds like an insurance nightmare.
Yeah, imagine if he broke his leg or something. Wow.
Yeah, it was manic.
I feel like this race this weekend is going to be manic. Obviously, it'll be over by the time this comes out.
Yeah.
I don't know much about F1, but from what I've heard, it's going to be a bit mental, this race.
Right.
Apparently, it's going to be too cold. They don't usually race in the cold.
So I was listening to another podcast, totally unrelated to movies and stuff like that. They were one of the guys presenting it was an F1 fan, and he was moaning because he's on the East Coast in the States.
Yeah.
Or is it? They might actually been in Canada. and he was saying that. So I didn't realise this. So they're making it a night race, so it looks more spectacular. But it obviously is in Las Vegas. Yeah. So on the east coast of America, this race starts at 1 a.m.
Yeah, starts at 11:30 in Vegas.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. That's why it's going to be really cold, and they don't usually race in the cold.
But I guess that works for over here, because over here
like
that means it's 6 in the morning, doesn't it? Which is
manageable.
For Europe, it's a manageable.
Yeah.
Oh, what a waste of money. What? No, just generally, what a waste of money Formula One is.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's it giving the world?
Nothing. It's literally ruined Las Vegas for the last 3 months.
Yeah.
I followed quite a few guys on Instagram about it.
The carbon footprint of F1.
It's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
So what's the point?
So all these people that have had their room windows blacked out can't even go to bed because there's going to be cars racing around the street till 3 in the morning. Because if it starts at 11:30, how long is it for a Formula One race? 2 hours?
Yeah.
It's 2 in the morning. There's going to be these cars driving around. Can't even watch it out your window.
Take you ages to cross the road, wouldn't
it? It does in Vegas anyway. Anything else?
That's it. I feel like after that I just need to lie down.
I haven't watched an awful lot this week either, but I'd forgotten something that I watched last week. I watched the first season of Hull Raisers.
Okay, what's that?
It's a sitcom on Channel 4.
Okay.
It's written and created by Lucy Beaumont.
Oh, right.
She's in Taskmaster currently. She's a comedian. She's not in it. She's just written it. It's about these women in Hull. And it's very, very funny.
Oh, cool.
I very much enjoyed it.
Okay.
And I've only just found out that there's a second season because I finished the first season thinking, that's only just come out. But it's the second season that's only just come out. So I can now go and watch the second season. But yeah, it's really good. I'd recommend it. It's on Channel 4. It's all available on the 4 player. It's a very funny sitcom. And I've started watching Upload Season 3.
All right, yeah.
This is to mention Robbie Amell again, it's Robbie Amell's post-death VR show, kind of. Although he's back to life now, but it's not as good as it was in season 1. It's lost its way completely.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll get through it.
Okay.
If I'm honest. I'm 3 episodes deep, but I've only watched it because I'm not watching anything else.
Oh, okay. It's got
like, when
lucky with the schedule.
Yeah, when you've got 40 minutes spare and you're like, I'll stick something on, I've only got that. So if something else comes along, it would very much push it out. But I can't even remember if I finished the second season.
Oh. But you've not found that.
But the first season's great. So check out the first season. But no, I haven't found that a stumbling block at all. But that's it. That's all I've really watched, I think. I haven't watched any films.
That's fine.
Just had a busy time. Just had a busy life at the minute. I don't know what's going on. It's coming up to Christmas. Cool. Right. Where are we? Oh, we might as well just do real talk and get out of it, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
What was this week's real talk question,
Nick?
Real talk is a question we ask our wonderful listeners every week in the Discord, and they answer them.
It was simply, what is the movie that people don't talk about enough?
Yeah.
Let's give those things some airtime.
Yeah, the unsung gem. So this is we're thinking big movies that are great.
Yeah, but not necessarily talking a hidden gem.
No, just sort of been forgotten by the sands of time and left to stagnate, maybe. Movies that were great when they came out, but people don't talk about them anymore. What, did we get any responses?
We did. Ross Cook was first to respond. He says, I am going to go with Margin Call. A big cast including Paul Bettany, Stanley Tucci, Zachary Quinto and Jeremy Irons. An excellent movie that I've never met another person who has seen it when I've brought it up.
This is a great answer because I've never heard of it.
I feel like it got overshadowed at the time by similar movies like The Big Short. One problem is Kevin Spacey's in it, so selling it was probably a lot harder. I have also never heard of this movie.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime, so maybe we should go and check it out. Sam in the Discord says, Hell or High Water. Chris Pine and Ben Foster play bank-robbing brothers hunted down by Tommy Lee Jones.
It's familiar, but I don't know if I've seen it or not.
Honourable mention, Sam says, for The Gift and It Comes at Night, both starring Joel Edgerton.
Okay. I've never heard of It Comes at Night. I've seen The Gift.
Chris from the Time Shifts podcast says, what about The Vast of Night from 2019? I have not checked that out either. Also available on Amazon Prime.
I'm not 100% sure I've heard of any movie that Chris has ever mentioned.
That's kind of his thing.
Yeah, it is. It's his
Go
absolutely
check out
his
Time
thing.
Shifters.
Yeah, 100%. It's a great show.
Smileyson in the Discord says, for me, it's Requiem for a Dream. Well,
how's that come up twice?
We've
in one
mentioned
episode?
it already once this episode, so I think that disqualifies that straight away. It's intense, and maybe that's why, but people still talk about Train Spotting, but not this one. It seems to have dropped off people's radar, even though at the time it was nominated for many awards.
Yeah. Good answer. I have seen Requiem for a Dream, but only when it came out.
Yeah. He does know also that it's got Marlon Wayans in it. So
has it really? Wow. Then I am not watching it.
Yeah, I thought of a couple.
Go on.
I think my honourable mention is Super, which is James Gunn's Rainn Wilson starring superhero movie.
I thought you were talking about the one we did on the show that time.
Oh, the Val Kilmer.
The Val Kilmer one. Nobody talks about that because it's fucking garbage. What's this one? I don't know if I know of this one.
It's Rainn Wilson is like he's a backyard superhero, and Ellen Page is in it as well. You've never heard of it?
No, I don't think I have.
It's brilliant.
Okay,
to watch it.
I will have a look.
But I think my actual choice is. I feel like I'm just railing on this guy because last week I had to go at the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
You did indeed. It didn't go down very well with a lot of people.
I guess I'm not railing at him because this is my favourite Peter Jackson movie and it's The Frighteners.
Good movie.
Michael J.
Right.
Fox. And no one talks about this movie. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, it is. It's a great movie. I think when people think of Peter Jackson now, they just think of Lord of the Rings. Yeah. And they forget all the other stuff that he's done. That's a good answer.
I'm taking that.
It's a good answer.
I remember I for some reason, because I would have only been, I think, about 15, 16 when it came out. I saw it at the cinema and I loved it then. I still like it now, but I've not seen it for a while.
Excellent.
I might go check it
Good
out.
Shout. I've got a couple. I think the first when we first came up with this question, the one that jumped out at me was The Shape of Water.
Okay.
Because I remember seeing that when it first came out and thinking that movie's going to do so well.
Yeah.
And it did do really well. It won 4 Oscars. But I feel like since that Oscar ceremony, I don't think many people have talked about it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's...
It's like it won Best Movie that year against all odds because that isn't the sort of movie that wins Best Oscars.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like people talk about it anymore, and I think it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie. But I think my official answer is Beautiful Boy.
Okay.
Which is Steve Carell and Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah, never seen it.
Have you not?
No.
There you go. I'm correct. It came out in 2018. I think it's it's one of 2 movies that put Timothée Chalamet on the map because he's fucking wonderful in it. He was nominated for a BAFTA for it, and I think it's the best role that serious role that Steve Carell's ever done. I don't know if he's done many serious roles.
Right.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
It's about a kid.
Yeah,
I'm
aware of it.
It's about a kid who gets addicted to drugs, and it's one movie based on 2 books.
Yeah.
So the son wrote a book and the dad wrote a book as well, like telling the same story from their different perspectives, and they merged it into one movie. It's incredible. I love that movie so much, but nobody ever talks about it.
Okay.
And I feel like it's that and Call Me by Your Name is what put Chalamet on the map. I think. Yeah. Those 2 movies.
That's a good shout.
Yeah.
I might check it out.
You should check it out. It's beautiful. It's on Amazon Prime.
I've got
Shape of Water's on Disney Plus. I checked earlier.
Just going away from that slightly.
Yeah.
But it's on the Chalamet review.
Yes.
I think I might have uncovered a conspiracy theory.
Oh.
So, you know the Wonka film is coming out.
It is.
In the run-up to Christmas.
It is, yeah.
I think that I've found how they will inflate their numbers.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't
You're talking in hushed tones.
I don't know if this is like a movie studio conspiracy.
Right.
We had an email from my children's school this week.
Yeah.
And they have said that they are taking the whole school to the cinema.
Wow.
In the week before Christmas. And they are taking all the little ones to see Wish, which is a Disney movie that's coming out.
Yeah.
And all the older ones, like the
Wonka.
second half of the school, are going to see Wonka. I want to know
How many schools are doing
Yeah. And who's footing the bill? Well, we've got to pay like.
Oh, you've got to buy the cinema ticket.
Well, no, it's not a full price.
Right.
We have to make a contribution, shall we say? How much of that's going in the movie studio's back pocket?
That is interesting.
And are they going to claim box office off this? That's what I want to know.
I hope that movie does really well. That's my 2 penneth in it.
Yeah. Anyway,
The schools still teach Roald Dahl.
yeah, Roald Dahl Day it's right at the start of after summer holidays usually.
It's my mum's birthday, Roald Dahl Day,
Okay,
because he shared the same birthday as her. I think they do it September the 13th. Sound about
it's
right?
it's definitely September. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I can't wait for that movie.
Okay.
And I know there's been a lot of negativity about it in our Discord.
If you want, you can go as a as
Okay,
like a chaperone.
No, I'll probably just go on my own. I'm not going with a load of kids.
Okay, fine. You would, yeah. There will be like 100 kids in there as well.
Yeah, no, not happening. Surely that's a private screening you're doing for them. You can hire the local cinema out, so maybe the school's done that.
Maybe.
Okay. It comes out. I think it's December the 15th. That comes out.
Cool.
Wish nothing but good things for Timothy Chalamet. He's brilliant. I think we've done a wave.
Sure.
We're an hour in.
Oh, I really enjoyed that.
I did as well. What are we doing on the movie show this week, Nick?
Come back here to this very stream feed. I don't know why I said stream. I've got streams on the brain.
Same thing.
This very feed on Thursday, and we will be talking about a British comedy movie, Convenience.
We will indeed.
We're coming to the end of the season.
Yeah, we've got 2 more after this week.
Yeah, so last few chances for something to come in and nab the top spot in the stream table.
Will Convenience do that? You will find out if you come back here on Thursday. So do that.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, let's go.
Cheers.
Bye.